Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus a so-called black man. And you see the headline, all right? You see the headline, okay? What more do you need? All right. This place, is getting ready to go out of business, man. 3,200 stores are sought to face bankruptcy due to inflation. Not to mention the new variant that's, causing a cause of concern, which is the flirt variant, which is, stated that it could potentially have this place to go back into what it was previously back in 2020, lockdowns and mandates, okay? And we know by proxy that the people aren't going to have it this time around, okay? So this place is prime for, judgment, all right? So, hey, we getting ready to get up out of here, man, all right? We getting ready to get up out of here. Just be patient, all right? Though it tarry, wait for it. It will not tarry, okay? Because once these prophecies hit, ain't gonna be no turning back, okay? These days that you recall and you can remember right now, they're gonna be a thing in the past. It's gonna be full steam ahead, man. You're gonna be wondering and thinking about, man, when we was back in those days and we was hastening and waiting on, the Lord to come, hey, this is what we was waiting for, all right? Ain't no turning back. Once he start, letting these prophecies pop off, ain't no turning back, okay? So that's why it tells us in Habakkuk 2 and 3, though it tarry, wait for it. Because when these prophecies come, and they will come to pass, there's no turning back, okay? It's full steam ahead, all right? So this is the time that the Most High Yahweh is allowing us to get ourselves together. Because when he brings forth this judgment and these prophecies start to play out real time, ain't no turning back, okay? So he's preparing us for that moment because his word will not come back void. Isaiah 55 and 11. So when they happen and these prophecies will come to pass, hey, it's showtime. It's go time, okay? And this is a story. This is an article that we're going to read, all right? Showing you that all it's going to take is just one incident, okay? Everything is set. The stage is set, okay? All it's going to take is one instant, one, incident, and these prophecies are going to hit like the jackpot, okay? It's going to be too late to hey, it's going to be showtime, okay? Now, this is from the New York Post, and it reads, more companies announce bankruptcies and closures, citing inflation as almost 3,200 stores face shuttering in 2024. Okay? And they got the poll. So, while the people are out and about enjoying their time, thinking that there's nothing that's going to happen that could, bring them back to that time in 2020, they're sadly mistaken, okay? The mirth of this place is getting ready to cease, all right? And whether you are prepared for it or not, is not going to change the outcome, okay? So if if you are still entrenched in this fabric of this society, celebrating the holidays, celebrating your birthday, still going out and sinning, hey, it's going to show, okay? It's only so long you can pretend, all right? These judgments are getting ready to hit Babylon the Great, which is America, okay? Which is going to trigger so many other things to come, okay? And they getting ready to shut this down, all right? Make no mistake about it, all right? And we're going to go into this article and get some of the, reasons and explanations, okay? Because like I said, it's only going to take one incident, and it could very much well start this summer. There's at least two different things I can think of right now that they are warning us of this summer that could cause uproars for the people. One is that bird H5N1 being able to transmutate into something that's more transmissible to spread amongst humans to humans. And another is now this new variant that they are seeing that could spread through the water, which could cause concern, okay? Both could incite a, post-2020 memory of having things go back into lockdown and having things being mandated, okay? And we know by reading the comments on these videos and, just getting a vibe of what the people feel like, having, pulled the wool over their eyes, that they're not going for it this time. Which why they have these migrants coming in, posing as migrants, but we know what they are, okay? Because they know that the people are going to be in an uproar this time, and they're going to have boots on the ground, okay? So let's get into this article. It says more companies are declaring bankruptcy and shutting down operations, citing inflation and high costs. And they really haven't rebound from, being shut down in 2020. Truth be told, because why? They had to raise prices to, make up for the fact that they were, closed for that period of time. Okay? So they really haven't rebound from 2020. And the people, who want to, rightfully so, forget about that and get back to how things were prior to 2020, want to go out, have a good time, and forget their miseries, okay? But there's no escaping this judgment. These prophecies, you will not escape. You cannot drink them off. You cannot party them off. They here to stay, and they ain't going nowhere. So it says more companies are declaring bankruptcy and shutting down operations, citing inflation and high costs. Inflation in the economy remains a top issue among all voters, according to a recent the Center Square Voters Voice poll. And it ain't going nowhere, okay? The president and the former president are, going back and forth with these debates, and they don't have any type of concern for this inflation because they see the writing on the wall, and they know very much well that this place is a wrap, okay? They know this place is finished. Excuse me. It says retailers are closing nearly 3,200 stores this year, according to a recent analysis from CoreSite Research. The closures are a 24% increase from the previous year, which is 2023. So you see the way this thing is projected to head, man. It's just gonna get worse and worse from here on out, man, until they just shut this, down, okay? So that they can really bring forth their enterprise, their crown jewel, that mark. Okay, that's really where they're heading to. Okay, they want to shut everything down, cut the lights off, and reveal their grand prize. When they reveal and pull back the curtains, the people are going to be taken by surprise when they see what it is. It says U.S. drugstores and pharmacy closures lead to 8 million square feet of shuttered retail space this year, the research company said. So just think about that. 8 million square feet of shuttered retail space this year is vacant. That's just in the U.S. Drugstore and pharmacy, okay? So your CVS, your Rite Aid, your Walgreens, just think how many buildings that is that could cover 8 million square feet. Excuse me. So that's 8 million square feet just alone in that sector, okay? It says, it also notes that retailers are losing inventory and customers due to retail theft. That is a big thing in these blue states, okay? Your Walmarts, your Targets, your, high-end retails like Macy. You got, and I'm going to say it because that's who they putting as the poster child is you Jakes. Running into these, retail stores and doing snatch and grabs, okay? You Jakes, this generation. Roughly, 12, probably on up to about 19 or 20, right around that age category. Running into stores, stealing shit. Hey, you the reason they gonna, blame that the place is how it is. Okay? You the reason they gonna blame that they gonna have to put things and implement things where you're gonna have that mark to come back in so that, we can have a more secure, more secure location. Okay? The doors aren't gonna open unless you have that mark to come in and, to buy or sell. Okay? So they put in your face on, the reason why a lot of these stores are closing. I mean, just type it in on a YouTube search engine. Snatch and grab in retail stores. And you tell me if you're not going to see Jake's face on it. Okay? And then you got the Northern Kingdom that they got the face as why the migrant crisis border is out of control. So Jake, hey, you the reason. They gonna use you as a campaign as why this place must come back up, better than ever under this new beast system. Okay? It's all by design. They knew exactly what they was doing when they allowed people to come in and snatch and grab and come across the border. Okay? They was creating a narrative. It says it also notes that retailers are losing inventory and customers due to retail theft. Retail shrink is closely connected to organized retail crime, it notes. And we know who the face of that retail crime is, that organized retail crime. For the most part, it's Jake of the Southern Kingdom. But you got sprinkled in a bit of the Northern Kingdom as well, okay? Out of the 3,200 being closed, the majority are being closed by roughly 30 retailers. And here's some of the retailers. With Family Dollar closing the most of over 600 according to the data. And this is the data CBS News reported. So 600 Family Dollars are, cited to be, closing this year. And, a bulk or majority of them are going to be near the hood. Okay, they're going to, flush out Jake, man. They're going to starve Jake out. The little mom and pop stores surrounding the hoods and close by, those are going to go out, man. Those are going to be the first ones that get hit because they're not going to be able to withstand the new mandates that's going to go in place. Okay. Citing and allowing, the proper authority to come to, enforce these mandates, okay? Because it's going to be a serious thing, unlike 2020. They're going to really stand on whether or not, hey, if your customers aren't abiding by the mandates, this operation, this business cannot and will not continue to operate under, whatever type of business you're running. Okay, whether it's a little mom and pop store, selling odds and ends, and you don't want to abide by the, mandates, the rules, they're going to send the appropriate authority to shut it down. Okay, so your customers who's telling you, hey, we ain't got to, come on, we've been knowing each other for, 20, 30 years. Okay, just like they send in those, so-called agents posing as underage teens to try to get to buy and sell, tobacco and alcohol and shut down and fine these stores with fines because they sell them to underage teens. Same way they gonna do in this time. Okay, they're gonna be sending in undercover agents, seeing whether or not you are enforcing the codes. And if not, they're gonna hit you with a hefty fine knowing you can't pay it, and they're gonna shut your business down. So it says Tupperware is the latest to announce its permanent closing. Slacky, let me start over and read that. Tupperware is the latest to announce its permanent closing its last operating production plant in the U.S. in Hemingway, South Carolina. So Tupperware is, it's pretty much a somewhat big company as well. It's closing its last, production plant in the U.S. in Hemingway, South Carolina. All of its 148 workers will be laid off. Where do you think those people are going to have to go out, and find another source of job, another source of income? Okay, I'm not sure how big Hemingway, South Carolina is, but if it's not a big town, they're gonna have to go to another town or another city or potentially another state, okay, to find some form of work. All right. It says all of its 148 workers will be laid off the first in September, followed by others in waves through next January. So they only got a couple of more months to get their shit together, man. Find somewhere to go, find a new job, move or whatever, or be part of be part of the problem. Okay. Contribute to that organized retail theft. You see, this is all being orchestrated to bring forth that chaos. They need it. Okay, they need it to be justified in what they got coming. They want order out of chaos. So shut down these, companies in these small towns, these, less populated cities. And now they're going to be forced to, survive by all means necessary. Whether it's snatch and grab, whether it's contributing to some form of violence, it's going to be a dog eat dog world in those times. It says Tupperware announced its plans last week, stating it would continue to produce its products in a plant in Lerma, Mexico. Right, so they're moving their business to Mexico, man. What that go to tell you? Shit, they said, hey, man, these misfits down here in South Carolina, man, we can't make it. They don't want to show up to work. They show up, they don't want to produce for the amount of money they paying us. And we could take our business, we could take our show down south to Mexico and, get that same type of production for a lot less. So they closing down that plant in Hemingway, South Carolina. It says under this picture, out of 3,200 being closed, the majority are being closed by roughly 30 retailers, with Family Dollar closing the most of over 600, which we already read according to the data reported by CBS News. The iconic plastic container company has also been shedding real estate and dealing with a non-compliance notification from the New York Stock Exchange. Plastic Today's report. So you seeing a lot of these physical brick and mortar places are shutting business down. Okay. These are going to be some of the buildings that they host these misfits and these, prisoners, when things get out of control, because the prison cells are going to be overpopulated. You understand? And they can only put up so many tents and camps throughout the country. Then they're going to have to use, abandoned buildings. All right. Until they bring things back up online under this new beast system. So you're going to see a lot of these abandoned buildings that are still able to be function, operating as prisons, okay? Detention centers. It says the teen apparel retail chain Rue21 also filed for bankruptcy last month, announcing it was closing all 540 of its stores. So you seeing the way this thing is headed, man. This thing is getting ready to go, nationwide, man. A complete blackout. The Pittsburgh-based retailer was in $200 million worth of debt, and it's laying off all of its 4,900 employees. It's gonna be hard to find a job out here. On top of that, you got AI that's taking over. Hey, the stage is being set for that dog eat dog world. You're gonna really see Isaiah 65:13 come into effect. Okay. Hey, it's gonna be just thinking about it, man. 4,900 people laid off. How many of those people you think got families that's dependent on them? On top of that, inflation is not looking to come down anytime soon. A price of a 1-bedroom apartment is going for $1,800 in most cities. Just think a 3-bedroom. Just think how many of those 4,900 people got, children. It ain't looking good for this place, man. You see, they getting ready to bring complete and utter chaos. People gonna be fighting and scratching for any and every, opportunity. Okay, for any crumb on the table. And that's right where they want you. Okay? But the service of the Most High, Lord willing, we be part of that number. We gonna eat. We gonna drink. Okay? We gonna be taken care of. All right? But the rest, hey, let's just say, it ain't gonna be a pretty sight. So it says the California-based discount retail chain 99 Cent only filed for bankruptcy in April because the last several years have presented significant and lasting challenges in the retail environment. The Los Angeles Times reported it's closing all 371 of its stores. So where you think these people gonna go at, man? It ain't like they got degrees to find, a higher paid job. Look at the jobs that's getting closed, man. These are the, these jobs that are getting closed are the, what's the word or phrase? Are the meat and potatoes of the society, okay? This is how the economy flourish, through these type of, jobs, okay? Showing you that they getting ready to move to a all digital system, man. They getting ready to do away with the human interaction. They shutting this shit down. When they bring it back up online, it's going to be all AI. And I'm going to play a video, probably not on this lesson, but in the prior, that this new ASI, artificial super intelligent, can do things that you wouldn't even believe. Like, let's say, for instance, Rue 21. I seen the robot that can fold up clothes just as good, if not better, than a teenager that can be hired to do that same job with less lip. Okay? So this place is pretty much a done deal. Okay? And like I said, this is the meat and potatoes of this society. Okay? And they shutting it down. They shutting it down. You know what's coming next. You know what's ensuing next. Chaos. You got grown people, let's say, for instance, like in that plant, that production plant that's moving out of Hemingway, South Carolina to Mexico, that's probably been working there for years, that's depending on their retirement so that they can feed their family. That's not going to be the place. That's not going to be the case. Okay? And if it's a small town, how hard is it going to be to have to uproot your family and go look for work elsewhere? Okay? It ain't going to be a pretty sight. When Babylon goes down, it's going to go down. And it ain't getting back up. It's not answering the 10 call. It's probably on number 9 right now. We getting ready to count it out. Once 10 count, the flag waves. Babylon is through, man. It's falling. It's falling. So it says, Rue 21. Other closing stores this year include CVS Health, 7-Eleven, Rite Aid. You gotta, when we read in the list of these stores that's closing, imagine who's working there for the majority. This is all Jake, man. Cashiers, assistant managers. This is all Jake. These all Jakes, man. Other stores closing this year include CVS Health, 7-Eleven, Rite Aid, Express, Walgreens, Boots Alliance, Macy, The Body Shop, Soft Surroundings, Burlington Stores. Yes, Burlington Stores, man. You better get it in. For the longest, hey, I ain't gonna front. I shopped at Burlington Coat Factories, okay? Got some good discounts, man. They getting ready to shut it down. Foot Locker, Carter's Big Lots, Dollar General, Abercrombie and Fitch Company, Big Lots, Best Buy, and others, according to the Core Site Analysis. So Jake is gonna be hit hard. And Jake ain't gonna find no work. Why? Because they are replacing you with AI. Sit back and receive this UBI, Universal Basic Income. But all you have to do is stick your right hand out and receive this mark. This is where we heading, folks. If you're not with it, you're gonna get left. If you're not with it, you're gonna get left. Okay? You don't take that mark, you get left. Hey, and if you take that mark, you gonna get left. Right here for that judgment, okay? Babylon is falling, it's falling. The trend of stores closing is up from the amount that closed in 2023. The Center Square reported. Last year, retail stores, pharmaceutical, and fast food chains continued. All these are facilities and stores where Jakes are, prominent. It says, continue a trend of previous years, declaring bankruptcy and closing their doors or shutting down some locations to cut costs. See, and this was all the plan from the beginning, man. You think that 2020, incident was, happenstance? No, it was all by design, running its course, and now you seeing it's reaping its benefits. Okay? These stores could only pretend for so long that things were, doing good. Now we seeing the fruit that this wicked society is now getting ready to bear. That you Jakes is going to be out there in the dark, left to fend for yourselves, man. And it's going to be a terrible thing. Okay? The Most High going to jack a lot of you Jakes up, man. In your fight, in your need to find food, raiment, and clothes, you're going to get jacked up because you're not going to put your trust in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. St. Matthew 6:33, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High, and all these things shall be added unto you. Okay? You doing it ass backwards. Okay? And you're going to get jacked up. It's going to show. It says, in January of this year, the trend continued, led by the iconic department store, Macy's. Hey, man, the Murph is getting ready to be taken out of this place, man. And whether the people can see it or not, hey, that's not up to us, man. We just go out and preach the word, and it lands on whoever ear it was meant to land on. And out of those people, whoever ear it lands on, whoever the Most High opens up to take heed, okay? So it says, inflation has also hit the car insurance market, and I can attest to that, man. Hey, Esau ain't playing fair on any level, okay? Esau is not playing fair on any level. It says inflation has also hit the car insurance market, causing rates to surge 26% nationwide in 1 year and remain elevated until 2025. Man, it's only going to get worse, people. It's only going to get worse from here out, man. Despite what the prognosticators tell you, the wizards, those who work in finances, it's only going to get worse from here on out. It says potential home buyers are almost not immune from inflationary woes. In 2024, home buyers needed 80% more income to purchase a home than they did in 2020. Ironic? No. The Center Square reported. So they asking you to show 80% more income than they did back in 2020 to purchase a home, because they know the stability rate of you having a job that could pay off the interest on this 30-year fixed mortgage rate, or this 30-year mortgage rate, is damn near impossible. Okay, so they want to get as much of the down payment up front as they can to recover the loss on the back end in case you are affected in one of these sectors, or in case you lose your form of income and you can't pay off that mortgage. They want to get as much as they can, but that all helps them in the long run, because that just adds more debt to the to the U.S. national debt as it already is. Okay, everything is working against this system, man, and it's all by design. It says Americans are also feeling the pinch at the grocery store. Man, there's no relief in sight. You can't get any relief in this society. Your car insurance going up, your house, your rent, your grocery, your pharmacy stores is closing. Hey, man, the mirth is seeping out of this place bit by bit. And the Most High getting ready to turn it up, man. He getting ready to open that faucet and all the mirth is going to be gone, man. It's going to be something. So it says Americans are also feeling the pinch at the grocery store. It's been 30 years since the food ate up this much of your income. Man, a lot of people weren't even born 30 years ago. The Wall Street Journal reported, citing high transportation. Man, this thing is serious, man. Esau is not playing. This man has really scoped this out. Let's read this and look at this again. Citing high transportation. The trucks that bring your food in, well, guess what? They have to run on fuel. And if the fuel is too much for these truckers to make a profit, it ain't coming, man. Simple as that. Citing high transportation fuel, ingredients, service, and labor costs all contributed to food manufacturers. You know what that spells? Artificial lab meat, bug burgers. That's what it spells, okay? Get used to it, okay? Grocery stores and restaurants keeping prices up. Well, they're going to be out of business. They're going to be out of business soon. Because why? They're not going to open up the store for one or two people who can afford their prices. That ain't going to be good business, man. Shut it down. You see how this thing is heading? You see what this thing is leading to? Everything, all the sectors are going to feel it. There's no escape. There's no relief in sight for Babylon, man. For you people, you Egyptians, you want to celebrate 4th of Julyers. You want to celebrate 4th of Julyers. Julyers. You are liars, okay? It says food inflation has been evidenced the most by higher prices and smaller portions. That's how they do. You want to keep that same price? Okay, we're going to give you smaller portions. You want greater portions? We're going to give you higher prices. Otherwise known as shrink inflation. The Center Square first reported on 2022. So this has been going on for 2 years now. Shrink inflation. Showing you that the people ain't, man. Hey, man, you Egyptians, man, y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. When you actually go into uproar, it's going to be too late. The time you should have been fussing about it and making fuss about it should have been a long time ago. Now you're going to wait till, hey, it is what it is. Earlier this year, former CEO of Home Depot and Chrysler Bob Nadar warned more layoffs were coming. Come on, man. Come on. Home Depot, who else worked there? The working class, man. You jakes. Hey, it's going to be hard to find work out there. You're going to be forced to do what you got to do to survive, man. And they know that. That's why they bringing it. They know that. They coming with it. No relief in sight for Babylon the Great. You people, you Egyptians, you rebellious, stiff-necked individuals, you 2/3 jakes is going to get that wrath, man. You going to get that wrath. It says, early this year, former CEO of Home Depot, you think his job is not jeopardized? No, he's sitting up in a luxury penthouse looking down on you peons. You know, you cashiers, you associates. Earlier this year, he's going to be the last one that's feel the effect of this. Earlier this year, former CEO of Home Depot and Chrysler Bob Nadar warned more layoffs were coming because high interest rates are killing middle and lower market companies, the Center Square reported. So you're going to see a lot of store closings, a lot of signs, store closing, out of business, Google, permanent close. You're going to see a lot of these stores, permanent closing, not to be ever to open up again. The mirth is leaving out of Babylon the Great. One key indicator of economic health is consumer spending. That's what we said prior to this video, that these stores are the meat and potato, okay? Closing them, the people can't consume, and the people can't buy and go out and enjoy their, their hard-earned money like they once did. It says, and while it hasn't yet slowed, warning signs are there because it's largely being financed by debt. That's exactly what's holding this society up, is debt. Look at the U.S. national debt, $35+ trillion with no sign of relief whatsoever, all by design. Economists have explained, and consumers are also struggling to pay it off, they add, and they won't never pay it off because, as I did in a prior video, the inflation, the Feds, they're going to just loosen the drag to allow you to run a little bit more by lowering the interest rates. And then when they want to tighten that drag, they're going to raise inflation, and you're never going to get ahead, man. They watching this. They doing the studies. You see these reports. This is where they get majority of their information off. Analysis, reports. They see how the economy is doing. They know when they need to tighten interest rates and loosen interest rates. Okay, they know how to make the dollar devalue and the dollar increase. Okay, and right now, the society warrants high inflation. Okay, that's just what it is. Okay, this company, this corporation known as America, isn't doing like it did back in the 80s and 90s. Okay, this generation, hey, this generation is rightfully so effing things up, man. Effing things up. They don't want real work. They don't want to work real laborious jobs anymore. They want to be TikTokers, YouTubers, bloggers, podcasters. None of that is helping the society or the fabric of this economy. Okay, it's good for a laugh and a crack every now and then. You want to get entertained, but entertainment can't pay the bills. Okay, you can't go out there and flip a burger on entertainment. Okay, you can't go out there and build a house on entertainment. Okay, and that's why this place is going, man. This generation. All right. Early this year, economist Dave Rosenberg of Rosenberg Research warned that as total credit card debt reach a new all-time high of 1.13 trillion. Man, they ain't looking to pay out these credit cards. This generation don't got no sense of discipline. Just spend, man. This is what this society bred. No discipline, no authority. Take the father out the house. You see? And the cards will fall. That's just the way it is, man. They knew this. This was all planned from the beginning, from the inception, to bring forth this mark. It was just the time frame, okay? The time had to play out. And now we're seeing the fruits of his, labor being bare. Although it be in wickedness, we seeing it. Okay, we seeing what the plan was from the beginning all along. Okay, through this generation. This generation is going to expedite the process that much faster because they're not putting anything back in the pot. They're just taking out what the prior generations put in before. And now the pot is getting, bare. So this place is getting ready to fall, man. Your TikTokers, your bloggers, your YouTubers, your podcasters, man, that can't run a society. That's why these other countries are catching up. Russia, China, okay? Because their youth is actually putting back into the pot, whereas this youth is taken out without putting back in. As far as consumer credit is concerned, the debt cycle isn't merely looming. It's arrived. It's here. This generation has expedited the process. It says he wrote it in his economic report. According to a recent the Center Square Voters Voice poll conducted in conjunction with Noble Predictive Insights, inflation price increased 45% and the economy jobs 24%. Our top concern among voters, man, you might well hang this voting up, man. This thing is done with, man. This may be the last election ever, man. The cat's out the bag. You got to be a fool to still, vote for this type of, tyranny. Okay? They trying, though. They trying to get the youth to, bite on to voting, man. This is played out, man. The youth don't care about no damn voting, man. They care about making a TikTok, a YouTube, a podcast. They could care less, man. Man, pull the plug on this place, man. Let's get this thing started, man. It says inflation is a high-ranking issue among man. You might well wipe that, man. See how, man? Let's just read it because we got to go through it. It says inflation is a high-ranking issue among Democrats and Republicans. Man, if you still foolish enough to fall for that old banana in a tailpipe, come on, man. It's 2024, allegedly. And true independence. That's where it's heading to, true independence, man. People don't want to continue to vote for this, effed up system, man. Especially today's youth. They don't know who no Trump and Biden is, man. For the most part, you better off, putting a public figure like, I mean, do I dare say it? I'm going to say it, man. You better off putting a public figure like Lil Baby or, what's another one? Glorilla, man. You're going to get more votes, and more results from that. You're going to get more likes and views from that. Okay? Pay them off. Give them a bag, and they'll run your campaign from you. Okay? It says, inflation is a high-ranking issue among Democrats and Republicans and true independents. Dave Byler of Noble Predictive Insights told the Center Square, every political group thinks this matters. So you seeing this thing is, effective all avenues, all sectors of this society, of this economy. This is a good article, man. This is a very good article, and here's a little bit of, feedback from the article from people and, just thinking and giving their insight. when a retail location can lose 2,000 to 5,000 to an organized theft rampage, it only makes good sense to shutter the location. Right. And you seeing the sentiment, man. You Jakes, man, they gonna put you as the poster child, man. They already got you lined up and automatically signed for the military draft. Okay? You automatically register just by having a social security and a birth certificate. You are automatically registered to go fight in this third world war. And this is the type of people that is going to sign off, man. Yes. Send their ass over there to fight. Retired NLEO. Let's see what retired NLEO thinks. He says when a retail location can lose 2,000 to 5,000 to an organized theft rampage, it only makes good sense to shutter the location. And for those inconvenienced by the closure, I say you failed to work to establish a wholesome neighborhood. That's a slot. That's a putt shot at you Jakes, man. You see? This is the sentiment across the board, man. These Edomites, you know, they looking to have a reason to blame and to blame somebody for their society falling, okay? And you Jakes is going to be the poster child. What does Voodoo say? We are assured inflation was only transitory. Yeah, that's what they told you, but they lied to you, man. This shit here to stay. Inflation ain't going nowhere. By the time you realize that and wake up, the job is going to be done by that time. Okay, the task is going to have been, you know, achieved, what they're looking to do. Let's see what Wayne Shorter says. Just keep creating monetary value out of thin air. Raise taxes with a flat GNP and keep watching folks. You know, hey, that's what they're going to do, man. Like I said, these entertainers ain't putting shit back in the pot, man. So they just gonna keep creating this damn, you know, this invisible money, you know, and keep raising the debt, man. Because these damn bloggers, these podcasters, these YouTubers, these TikTokers, what are they putting back into the society of the fabric of this economy outside of just entertainment and laughter? And that mirth is going to be done away with soon, okay? And their value isn't going to hold whatsoever. They're just being used right now to keep the mass dumbed down. That's why they paying them all this type of money. Because they keeping you entertained with your CWs, your Charleston Whites. Okay? You keep laughing. Meanwhile, they putting together their agenda behind closed doors. They saying, oh yeah, he got another 1 million, 2 million views. You know, we still got enough time. By the time this ninja views go down, it'll be over. And more like him. Your favorite TikTokers. They just keep looking. As long as the views still in the millions, we still got time. Once the shit hits the fan and it's too late and the views start dropping drastically, it's going to be too late, man. The mirth is going to be gone. Hey, Esau is not to be played with, man. This is what he do. He's that hunter, okay? It says, just keep creating monetary value out of thin air. Raise taxes with a flat GNP and keep watching folks. Hey, they gonna do it, man, because why? They got the TikTokers, the YouTubers, and so on and so forth, okay? They keep the mass dumbed down. They keep them entertained. They keep them sidetracked from issues that actually matter. You think they're gonna read an article like this? Hell no. They're going to go click on the newest, video, TikTok, YouTube, and consume 8 to 10 hours of their time just scrolling up and down. It's by no coincidence that they made it easy with these short TikToks, to keep you occupied and to keep you busy, okay? Now, we read that. Let's go jump into a few precepts, man. This was a pretty good article, okay? It's a pretty good article. Let's get a few precepts. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. It reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest, Yahweh, will begin to visit the world which he made through his only begotten son, Yahushua. Verse 3, here it is. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and that's what's getting ready to be magnified. Uproars. When people finally realize that they've been had and played through this system, uproars. It's not going to be wise to go out in that time. Okay? People are going to be fuming. I've been played. I've been had. My favorite TikToker just kept me entertained for this reason. Yeah, you dummy. That's what the whole point of it was. Okay? While you were trying to get all those views and likes, they were getting their views and likes up. Okay? It says, then, verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and that's getting ready to really take off. Okay? Another shutdown pursued by another shutdowns and lockdowns and mandates. Hey, people are going to be lit, and rightfully so. And in that, situation, they're going to have their troops already on ground, already ready to grow, already ready to go. You think these migrants, are really here just because they wanted to come find a better life? No, they've been promised, okay, that they're going to be handsomely rewarded. That's why majority of them are men between the ages of, military age, man. Okay. They ready to go. These troops are ready to go. Trained to go. TTG, trained to go. They just waiting to get that order, man. Okay, we getting ready to shut down. In the meanwhile, they following, clicking, liking, following your stories, your OF, your only what. They watching, seeing who you is, seeing if you in their town. When shit go down, they gonna be ready to go. TTG, trained to go. They gonna be ready to move, man. If you ain't got that hedge of protection around you, it's gonna show. Okay? Now this is Isaiah. This is Isaiah 24:10. It says, the city of confusion is broken down. What is that city? Babylon the Great, America. The city of confusion is broken down. 3,200 stores faced to, file bankruptcy and shut down due to inflation. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. These businesses, you're not going to be able to come in. You're going to go and pull on the door, ain't going to open. Your store is closed. When will it open? It's permanently closed. Well, how long? Permanently. It ain't opening up, man. There is a crying for wine in the streets. Well, why? Why is it closed? How did it close? It was just open yesterday. There is a crying for wine in the streets. They're going to want to know. Okay? That wine represents, knowledge. They're going to want to know exactly what's going on. Well, go ask your favorite TikToker who was making those videos. Surely he can give you answers. It says there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. Now it's time to see. Okay? Your TikTokers, they done got what they were supposed to achieve, keeping you, occupied. Now it says all joy is darkened. You can't find them on those TikTokers, those YouTubers that you thought were relatable. They gonna be gone, man. You're gonna be surprised to see who they really was, put in that position to, mislead you and deceive you. Okay? You're gonna go look. Oh, I thought that was a truther, man. I thought they said they were going to be here to ride it out through the wave, man. I thought we was going to be able to, come back and get answers. See ya. Sayonara. Gone. Just set up just to keep you occupied. Hey, the Most High cold, man. It says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. How you gonna make it? All that mirth, that happiness, that 4th of July, fireworks going off in the sky, barbecue cookouts, all that shit's finna hit the fan, man. All that shit's finna be gone, man. It's gonna be TTG, train to go. What you know, okay? When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. So the point is, man, hey, we getting ready to come into a time where if you don't have the answers and know exactly what's going on, you're gonna fail the test, man. And the test, hey, that's going to cost you your salvation, okay? Getting up out of here. If you can't pass the test, that's it. You finish. Plain and simple. You can't get around it too many more ways, man. Plain and simple, okay? So this is Isaiah 19:2. This goes into the uproars. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Hey, man, ain't gonna be no relief, man. You can go to whoever you want to go to. They're not gonna be able to give you this answer, okay? This truth is going to be what gets us through, okay? Salakia. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over unto the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts. Right. So it's going to be pretty much, get it while you can, because once, this cruel Lord is really, ruling, and the society, the fabric of the society is crumbling, that's it, man. We already know what the prophecy says. Isaiah 31. Let's read it, man, because it's coming. Whether you want to believe it or not. Excuse me. Isaiah 31:1. Let's get straight to it. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots. And this is going to be their only option. Okay? They're TikTokers. The YouTubers, the truthers, all that has failed them. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. And that's why he has allowed them to, cry and to look for wine in the streets, okay? Because it's a wrap, man. There's no coming back. Babylon is finished, okay? We seeing the very fabrics of this society being pulled, okay? These stores, which is, being ran by, the people who actually, put back into the society, because society is, increasing its inflation, the people can't keep up, man. And the ones that can, they ain't putting shit back in the pot. The YouTubers, the podcasters, your TikTokers, they ain't putting shit back in except for entertainment. You can't eat off of entertainment. You can't eat off of a laugh, you see? You can't pay, your rent off of a giggle. And that's by design, man. Isaiah, 5:20. They reward, they call evil good and good evil. They reward the wicked. Okay? They, reward that type of behavior, man. That type of behavior that can keep you, dumbed down. Okay? They reward that. All right? Because why? They know for the most part, they already got the outcome how they want to see it fit. Okay? And how they want to see it fit is this place be, out of complete and utter chaos, all right? So the fact that they can be justified in rolling their mark out, everyone that isn't, under the hedge of the Most High is going to run down to Egypt for that assistance, that aid, okay? And woe to them that go down there and get it, because once you stick that right hand out, or wherever it is they inject that device inside you, that's your ass, man. You pretty much signed your fate, sign, seal, and deliver. I'm gone, or however that song goes. That's it for you. You know what it is. You just got to sit back and wait for the missiles. If something else don't take you out before then. Okay? So let's see. I think that's about it. Unless something else comes up to mind, I'm going to go ahead and close out with 1 Peter 5 and 8. It reads, be sober. Right. I mean, if you continuing to, wallow and, going back and forth in your folly and, not measuring the time diligently, hey, it's going to show. Be sober. Be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay? And he's getting his, knife and fork ready, man. Okay? He sees what's on the menu. And he's licking his chops. Because what he sees on the menu is looking good for him, man. A lot of jakes. A lot of jakes. Okay? Getting ready to be put on the menu, man. And he getting ready, he getting ready to do some devouring. So it says, be sober. Be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right? And for the most part, he going to get a majority of our people. 2/3, man. They're going to be on the menu. So, with that being said, I pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.